So guys, थिएटर हम पहुंचे 4 तारीख को फॉर श्योर और ऑल द बेस्ट एंटायर स्टार कास्ट है। मेरे को पता है बहुत सारे लोग और सवाल पूछना चाहेंगे पर मजा ही आ गया आप तीनों को यहाँ पे हैदराबाद वापस जल्दी आइएगा एक और मूवी के साथ।
मजा आ गया आपकी बातें सुन के
Oh,
और आपके एंथुसियाज्म देखते तो और हमको भी जोश आ गया।
थैंक यू सो मच। तो फिर नाम नॉन स्टॉप लिखी है तो बहुत सारा प्यार आप सभी को
क्या बात
एंड
है।
रियली ब्लेस्ड।
मैं अगले जन्म में कोशिश करूंगा रेडियो जॉकी बन जाऊं
क्या बात है सर।
ताकि मेरे अंदर भी उतना ही जोश है जितना आपके अंदर।
सर इतना बोल दिया मेरा दिल मिल गया सीरियसली।
क्या बात।
थैंक यू सो मच।
थैंक यू।
Yes, hi.
I'm Rajabam from Sydney.
Hi.
So how much remuneration you get from the papa?
You want to know the number?
I paid her more than what she got in her last few films.
Yeah, he was very generous to the point where I got stressed out. But it was very generous of him. But was I worth the money that you put in, Papa?
Yeah, I feel I underpaid you after watching it.
That-
Because the kind of struggle she's gone through doing this film, becoming the part of, she's not played the role, she's become the part. And shooting in that freezer was next to impossible. She fell, she was unwell for a couple of days, twice in between. My director was unwell for almost a week. He had just recovered from COVID, so his immunity was low. And yet he insisted on being in the freezer because the doctor told him, see, you can watch the monitor which can be outside the freezer. But he said, no, when my actor is in the freezer, I want to feel the same. With his monkey cap and sweaters and jackets, he was there in the, just after 7 days of, I don't think he had fully recovered, but still there's the enthusiasm to be there to make sure that the shooting wraps up soon and his concern for producers' money, which was really touching. He got back to the shoot and got back as intensely as he was shooting earlier before he fell ill.
So you like you are gone through mentally helping to give this role. How you overcome?
That's what I told you. The freezer part. The freezer part
I
was
think,
very difficult.
yeah, I think what I meant, I don't think I said mental health issues. I think that's a very strong statement, a heavy thing to say, and I don't think anyone should use it as a statement lightly. What I said was that it was very heavy on me mentally and very taxing mentally. It was emotionally draining and physically very draining, is what I meant. So, yeah, every day to wake up and spend 15 hours in a freezer in a cold storage compartment which is suffocating and cold and to perform scenes where you're in a life and death situation, it does take a toll on you mentally a little bit, but that's a part of the job and I'm very thankful I got to have that experience because I feel like now I'm stronger.
Now I can take it for a holiday to Alaska. I shot one of my films there, and her mother used to freeze, and she used to tell me, it's so cold out here. And so were the actors. They were wearing jackets. But I wasn't wearing any jacket. I was wearing my normal clothes because I preferred the hills, mountains, and Alaska was great.
And you also have natural insulation. So see, I've said it many times and I'll say it again. It's who doesn't love Junior NTR, sir? He is such an icon and such a legend, and it would be a dream of mine to work with him.
We're all hoping that it comes true sometime. The next question, please. Yeah, hi. Hi, Janvi.
So,
Waiting for a big one.
You see, these are professional issues which cannot be discussed on public domain. So, well, there have been quite a few, offers, but nothing really worked out seriously.
but having said that, my keenness to work in the South has always been there. The South audience has given my mother and my father so much love, and I am such a fan of their cinema. So it's been a dream that I've had for very long to do a South film, and I hope something works out soon. And your first question about how my journey has been so far, I'd like to think it's just the start. And I think for a lot of people, because COVID happened, it took away 2 years. It slowed down a lot of things, and yeah, I'd like to think it's the start.
Bonita. So you are waiting to launch in South from your.
See, I didn't launch her in Hindi. I was waiting to launch her in Hindi. So likewise, after she does 3-4 films in South, then I will make a South film. जब पक जाए, सीख जाए, समझ जाए साउथ का पूरा डोमेन कैसा है, उसके बाद I want to work with her when she is accustomed to doing South film.
He's a smart businessman. He doesn't like taking risks.
Now talking, answering one of the questions which you put up to her about her journey, she probably wouldn't, or rather wouldn't agree with whenever I start talking about it. She doesn't want me to talk all what I talk about her journey. The journey, you see, she's done Dalak, she's done Gunjan, she's done Jerry, she's done Ruhi, and one segment of Ghost Story. Now, if you put all those 5 films together, you'll know she's played different parts in all those 5 films. Well, one was just a OTT segment of Zoya Akhtar, Ghost Story. The other 4 were feature films. And all the feature films have earned enough for the producers. They've been major earners for all the producers. And I hope the same thing continues for Millie too. I'm the 5th producer and I hope I make at least the same amount of money or maybe a little more, a lot more, but not less than what they pay.
What do I ask from, who want to play glittery roles or, glam girl on screen? You are speaking like somebody who's picking up these glam roles on screen. So what is the constitution of kind of a role scheme for you? How do you look at this if you just stay back? I mean, I think as an actor, every film that I've chased or every film that I've accepted, I think I try to look more at the scope that it offers me as an actor, and then consider vanity. In fact, I don't think vanity is a part of the conversation till at all even. So it just so happens, I think it's a coincidence that the roles that I've been attracted to so far have been of very real girls, and I think it would be distracting if in the freezer I was wearing a chiffon sari and full hair and makeup. I think that would defeat the purpose. So I take pride in, and in fact, I find it exciting to become the character and be as real as possible. But I really do want to play the conventional, quintessential heroine soon as well in mainstream
And
cinema.
she's got a fantastic comedy timing like her mother. She's actually been waiting for a good script to come her way where she can do all those comical things which her mother was so good at.
Sunny, आप बताइए आपको हेलन देख के पहला what is the first thought that came into your mind?
Helen Dekhe, the first thought that came into my mind, I was like, my God, she actually survived. That was my first thought because while I was watching the film, I remember thinking that this is not going to end well. But the way Matho sir brought the whole thing together was just beautiful.
Hi Janaki, what are you inspired by this movie?
I think one of my biggest learnings through the making of the film, and also I think the moral of the film in some ways, is that your mind and body can take a lot more than you think, and that आप जितना अपने आप को क्रेडिट देते हो, आप उससे कई ज़्यादा मजबूत और आपके अंदर उससे कई ज़्यादा हिम्मत है. And I think I learned this because, like I said before, shooting the portions in the freezer was so tough that I didn't think that I was capable of doing it, and it was very taxing. And the fact that we were able to do it, I realized that your mind and body can take a lot more than you think. And I think in many ways, that's also what the film, one of the things that the film alludes to.